Hello everyone and welcome to grade 9 English where it's your turn to shine. I hope we have a good year. I hope that this year will be a fulfilling one where you gain more knowledge and confidence, the two tools that will help you succeed in life. As you guys know, here at the International School of Innovation, our mission as teachers and administrators is to help you master those two tools. So let's begin. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Rafif Faqih and I will be teaching you English this year. And what you see in front of you here is an overview of this year's curriculum. The word curriculum means the subjects and the lessons that you will be taking in my class. First of all, as you know, in English, we take reading, comprehension skills, and strategies. What are we going to take in comprehension? We're going to learn how to answer a question appropriately, complete sentence. You start with a capital letter, you end with a suitable end mark. You're going to learn how to evaluate the significance of a title. Is this title good? Can I provide another title? Write your own title or choose the correct title. You need to figure out the meanings of unfamiliar words from context clues. You read this word, well, it looks a bit tough or difficult. Read around it, what's written around it, and it will definitely lead you to the meaning. Author's purpose, why does the author write a certain text? To entertain, to explain, inform, persuade. How do we figure out this? From what the author is saying and how he is saying it. Author's tone is how the author is expressing his or her ideas. How does he or she sound? Author's tone is usually expressed as an adjective. Is he sorrowful? Is he humorous? Critical? Okay, sarcastic, funny, sad, etc. Then you're going to learn how to find evidence in the text to support your answer. For example, I ask you, what can you tell about James? Okay, you tell me that James was a brave or is a brave character. Okay, how do you know he is brave? I need you to give me evidence from the text. Okay, he jumped into the pool in order to help out the drowning kid. Okay, this is evidence. Compare and contrast. Compare means find the similarities. Contrast, find the differences. Inferring, okay, figure out what the author is inferring. Sometimes you have to read between the lines. A lot of times you have to read between the lines. The author doesn't state something directly, but I tell you from what you read, what do you think the author means when he says, okay, I fell into despair? You need to tell me that the author, because of everything that has happened in his life, he became sad and depressed, etc. And you explain. You need to infer it. Think critically. Then you have to learn to think critically and give your opinion about a certain issue. If asked about global warming, what do you think can be done about global warming? Practical solution to global warming. Analyze a given chart. You started with this last year and we're going to go through this with more in-depth analysis. Okay, the way we analyze a chart, 3 parts to the answer. Okay, categorize information. You will be given a certain, a T-chart, okay, or a bigger chart where you categorize, for example, causes, effects, advantages, disadvantages, etc. Categorize information or put it into categories. Paraphrase a text. You're given a certain sentence. What does paraphrase mean? Explain it using your own words. Summarize is give me the main idea of this paragraph, okay, for example. We'll talk about those, of course. Each one and every of those, each and every one of those skills, we will talk about it thoroughly. I will help you out in the best way possible in order for you to understand all of these skills. Grammar, the tenses, okay, present, past, future, subject, verb, agreement. You have taken most of these. Inversions and negative adverbs, modifiers, meaning adjectives, verbals, modals, passive voice, quoted, reported speech, conditionals. Okay, I will explain each and every single lesson very thoroughly and in details. Writing. What will you take in writing? How to write an essay, the parts of an essay. We will go through that again to make sure we can write a proper essay. Sentences and fragments. What is a sentence and what's a fragment? A fragment is not a complete idea. A sentence is a complete idea. And I will teach you how to tell and how to write a sentence. How and when to use a comma and a full stop. How to write an outline, a very simple way of writing an outline. I will teach it to you. How to fill in a graphic organizer before you write your essay. Then the types of essays, you will take 4 types. The expository essay, where the author is giving information, cause effect, problem solution, advantages, disadvantages, and a process essay, and compare contrast. Narrative writing, storytelling, probably the favorite of many of you. I like to write a story. I like to read a story. All of us are good storytellers. Descriptive writing, where you describe something. There's a lot of adjectives, a lot of figures of speech, a lot of feelings, a lot of senses involved. Persuasive writing, where I'm writing to convince a person about a certain point of view or opinion that I have. Okay, the following reading comprehension themes are the reading comprehension themes that you will be taking this year. Self-confidence, the first one, and human behavior, sports, all of them very interesting. Mysteries and supernatural events, one of my favorite. The environment, handicrafts, education, human values and social ties, technology and scientific innovation, also one of my favorite. Natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, forest fires, business and trade, health and nutrition, all of them very interesting. Only 11 themes. We will start with self-confidence. I'm going to give you a quick overview of self-confidence this time, but next time I will introduce the lesson and the vocab words. Before every lesson, I will ask you to answer some discussion questions, okay? Let's take a look at those questions together. What does the term self-confidence mean? What is self-confidence? Can you explain it? Can you define it to me? 2, how does self-confidence help us in our daily lives? It's an indispensable tool. It's very important. How can lack of self-confidence affect us? What does lack mean? You don't have it, or you have very little of it. How does lack of this important trait affect us? Finally, what can be done to help a teen or teenager? A teenager is a person between 13 and 19 years old. That's why we call them teenagers. Who is struggling with confidence issues? What can be done? Who can help him and how? After I take your answers, okay? Those are some suggested answers. This is what you might have answered. What does the term self-confidence mean? Self-confidence is the feeling of trust in one's powers, abilities, and qualities. I trust myself. I trust my powers. I know what I'm doing. I believe in myself. This is what self-confidence means. Question number 2, how does self-confidence help us in our everyday lives? Suggested answer, being self-confident helps a person overcome daily challenges, go through daily challenges and conquer them. Example, if you don't understand a certain idea or concept in class, you would ask the teacher to repeat it or ask for help and not be embarrassed because you're confident. Also, self-confident people wouldn't accept to be bullied and would have the courage to either stand up to the bully or report him or her to an adult authority. Those are just 2 ways There are many ways with which self-confidence can help us. Of course, the bully is a person who practices either physical or verbal violence against another person who is seen as weaker than he or she is. Of course, now in the modern world, we also have cyberbullying, where people bully each other over the internet, and a very dangerous type of bullying. You're confident, you report that person. You go to your parent or a teacher or the supervisor. You tell them, I am being bullied. You do not accept that, okay? So, next time we will discuss your new lesson very thoroughly, and I will introduce the new vocab words, and we will start the year. Take care, and till next time.